Hey everyone, it's June 26th. We're out doing a little tree stand work. We're by a food plot here. Food plot's actually right out here. A few years back I made this strip come up here. Actually, I believe it was 3 years ago we planted this trophy clover in here. And the deer started coming towards it like crazy instead of taking their normal trails right off of it in the woods. As soon as I added this strip, it seemed to funnel them all right to it to go down to this other food plot. Right on the other side of the camera, we have an ag field. I believe this year it's planted in beans. But this is like a good funnel area here. There's two woods that come together. The one side's mainly pines, and this side is a really old pasture that's just really overgrown. So since they've kind of funneled to this area a little more, instead of being right on the food plot, I'm actually going to put a stand up right up here. For some reason, since we built this, they've been using this area a lot more and funneling to it instead of on their normal trails that they had, the 3 or 4 that led into this plot. So we picked out our tree over here. Think we're in a great spot. And we're gonna get to it. Before we get to that though, the mosquitoes are horrible today. If you haven't tried Bug Blocker from Scent Blocker, this is the best bug spray I've used. We actually use this just at home anytime. So I'm gonna spray down with this because they are nasty today. Also repels ticks, and the ticks have been horrible this year. So let's get to it. We got a lot of work to do. This looks awesome up here. I've actually had a stand for several years about 30 yards to my right, and I see a lot of deer out of it, but just over the past few years we've seen so much more deer movement this direction, we decided to move this way. So, oh man, it just looks beautiful up here just sitting here. I can't wait for season now. 2 years ago, opening night, I was sitting in the stand just to my right here and had the buck that we call Hoop come up this patch of trophy clover here and out into the field here behind me, probably about half hour before dark. And then he come back into here at dark. So I couldn't get a shot at him from where I was. So, but this year, we're gonna be on him. I can shoot both ways now. I can shoot all the trails to my right that other stand was covering, and I can shoot right to here. So I'm excited. We're gonna trim this thing out and get out of here. All right, there it is. We're done. Just trimmed out, ready to go. Camera looked good again. This area is really tracked up, so stay out of here till season. We're good to go, man. Fired up on this spot. Hey everyone, we're out here. It's about the end of June. What is today? June 26th. Yep. Court date. Probably. By the time I get it right, I'll have a dirt path war in here. Hey everyone, it's July